Absolutely.
Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals. This is Paul Acevedo of Windows Central. Tonight I am joined on the mic by Icky, also known as Lyle, Viva, also known as Jay, and Andarr, also known as Mike.
Hello, people.
Did you say hi, Lyle? There you
Hey
are.
guys.
All right. And we are going to do what is our third or fourth Neverwinter stream. They've just released a big new update in Neverwinter. It is called the Maze Engine. And so we are going to show off some of the new content for that. Also tonight, if you're watching live, we are giving out boar mounts. That's the mount that I'm riding on. A couple other people here might have one, and we have lots of those to give away. It's not the best mount ever. It's only got a 50% speed, but it is quite cute looking. And Neverwinter has just revised the mount system so that you have more incentive to ride different kinds of mounts like this. You can, even though it's not a very fast mount, you can still ride it and have the speed of your fastest mount, so that's a good thing. And by the way, Windows Central has a Neverwinter guild, known as Windows Central, obviously. And you can see a bunch of our members here in the guild stronghold. This is our guild base, basically. It's this big map with a lot of things to do, and we can all work together to improve it. And as we accomplish different goals, then eventually we unlock new things for the guild. For instance, in the background, you see this big building here is our guild hall. And we have just started the process of leveling the guild hall up to level 4, at which point we'll be a level 4 guild. And that will be complete just after the stream tonight, actually. Too bad it couldn't complete before the stream. But anyway, then it's going to look nicer and we'll unlock more things we can do, and more upgrades especially. So our guild is growing. You know, we only started it back in January, but we're working really hard on it. And we would love for other players who enjoy the kind of stuff we do, our streams, our website, and just, you know, who would like a friendly guild to join us and help it grow. You just need to be an active player, level 30 or higher. Right, guys? And 4D9er asks, what level do you have to be?
That's absolutely
30
right.
is the level you have to be. Yeah, and you can't be a great contributor to a guild until you're level 60 or higher, but actually they just improved the profession system in this game to where you can construct things to donate to the guild, and you can do that before you're level 60. Right now I'm looking at my profession screen. I have just crafted these rings. Just real fast, I'll show you one of the things that they have added, if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. I can create these crates of valuable gems. The only benefit to this is that I make these gems that we can donate to the guild, but that's something the guild needs, and it's really neat that we can do that now. So I am just gonna assign one of those real fast. It takes a few hours. Like, the crafting system is really quite simple. You just start the process, you have to have the ingredients, and then it finishes over time. Not a big deal at all. And it's one of those things you can mess with when you don't really have time to play. Like, you're signing in, you do your invocation, which is an important little part of Neverwinter where you earn experience. It's like a prayer you have to do. You don't have to do it, but you should do it up to 6 times a day. And you can check on your professions while you're doing that. And, you know, then you just come back hours later and you get the results of those things you did. So our party is full. Now it is time for us in the group to start the new campaign, right? So I guess we need to go to, what's that area called?
Montal Dareth?
Mantle Dareth, that's right.
Yep.
Mantal Dareth, okay. There we go.
Thank you everyone in the guild who showed up, and thank you everyone who's watching the stream but can't play. Alright guys, let's do it. I don't need to create an instance yet, do I? We just go there?
Just go there,
yeah. Just go there.
So we travel using this thing here. Mantle Dareth.
Okay, so what about the others?
If you care to type to them, tell them they can start doing the chapters on their own, or they can just break off and do what they want.
Okay.
No, I actually haven't done my daily in here yet today.
Well, hey, we were planning to do the first daily. So here we are. Mantle Dareth is an area that was added with the previous expansion, which was the Underdark. And so we have to go talk to this NPC somewhere around here.
Runer Battlehammer.
You know, Neverwinter, it's a pretty good looking game, I think. It's not an amazing looking game, but MMOs very seldom are. The frame rate could be a little better, especially in big areas like this, but it's not a very big deal. So here's this NPC. A lot of people kind of crowd around him because it's an important NPC.
We're gonna take care of any demons that get in our way.
That's how you would initiate this quest. You would go talk to him. I've already talked to him, I just haven't actually done the quest. So now that we've done that, Viva, will you lead the way to the boat that we have to take?
Yep, I'm all the way down there basically, just hanging out. It's right near the
Okay.
entrance, really.
Alright, so we will go back to the entrance.
Go back near the
Got
entrance
it.
there.
Our friend of the stream, Zero on Twitch, says he is going to be streaming Resident Evil Revelations 2 and Resident Evil 6. I'm sure everyone is just dying to see him play Resident Evil 6, which is easily the worst game in the series.
Did they ever fix the issue of not being able to shoot while you're moving?
Yeah, in 6 you can do that. I can't remember if you could do it in 5 or not.
Ah,
Hey, Zero.
yeah.
So here's the boat. This boat, after you've got the quest, you will take it to journey into the Underdark, and that's what we are going to do. Let's see, and what's the actual place we go to from the boat? Chapter 1, Arm of the Delzoon, right? Okay, so I initiate it, then everyone in my group has to be close, and then we'll travel along to the same instance. This is an instanced level area, however you want to refer to it. So the maze engine, like all the expansions, they always add a new campaign, or at least they usually add a new campaign. This one, the campaign is called the Maze Engine, and you can start it once you are level 60 or greater. Level 70 is the max level. You can see we've got this fun little intro here. You have to complete these chapters before you can access like all of what the campaign offers. Icky, do you want to talk about the campaign structure real quick?
Well, you can. I mean, you start your campaign here. You can only finish 3 chapters, and you have to do dailies every day until you can access the next campaign upgrade.
Yeah, so that's an interesting way of doing things. You have these story chapters, you do them alone or with friends, and then after you complete them, I mean, you complete a certain number, then you have to just do dailies for a while. So they're spacing out the actual story content of this campaign. And so you have more and more story to look forward to, and you keep working on the dailies, because all the new campaigns have daily missions. That's a big part of the game, keeping it long-term. Keeping people playing long-term is that you can, you have a certain number of missions to do every day. And don't worry about running out of those, because there's so many, like, it takes Icky like 4 hours to do all the dailies that he cares to do, but you don't have to do them all in one day or anything.
Yeah. You gotta close the tiers.
The dailies will wear you down between Sharendor, Dreadring, Icewind Dale.
Yeah, everything.
It's well worth it though. The stuff you get, just supplies to upgrade your guild. It's well worth doing them every day.
You unlock, for completing these extra campaigns, because they're on top of the main campaign. But for completing these, you'll also unlock boons for your character, which are permanent, significant stat boosts. And a character who has done some of these campaign things and unlocked boons is much more powerful than one who has not.
This one actually offers a companion as one of the first boons you can
that's
unlock.
neat.
Brand new companion, yeah.
Oh, nice. Lil Fryer says he's going to go work on the Sharendar campaign. I like that one because the dailies only take about 20 minutes.
Absolutely. Fastest one. That or Dreadring. Dreadring's fairly fast too.
Yeah, I like Dreadring is the most fun for me, but Sharendar always seems to be the actual fastest. Because with Dreadring, you have to worry about the demonic heroic encounters.
Oh, that is true. That's true.
Yeah. But that's the only place you can get your rings.
Tough thing about Dreadring heroic encounters as well is no one wants to do the escape one. You got to go activate that yourself, either complete it or let it fail. Then you'll get a bunch of people joining you on the other two.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what makes it even more time consuming, is just you have to wait for that one to end, or you have to switch to an instance and hope that a better one is going in that instance. Not a huge deal.
Yeah, but at least you get better. At least you get better rewards for the Dread Ring, though.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Sure.
unlike Icewind Dale and Well of Dragons, where people will do all the demonic rogue encounters.
Well, I do all. Just for the sake of rings.
Yeah, it is good to do all those things, but you're right. Dread Ring simply has the best rewards out of all of them, and to me, it's the most fun to do anyway. So.
I agree.
And by the way, our longtime viewer Rails, he joined the guild a little while back, but he hasn't been playing, and he says to just remove him from the guild, which is a shame, but we understand Rails. You know, MMOs, any MMO is very time consuming, and that is true of Neverwinter. Like, you can do like just your invocations and your professions, and that only takes a few minutes, but if you're going to play for real, then you want to be able to dedicate an hour every day or every few days to the game at least. And you know, some people just play a lot of different games, so they may not have time for a big game like this. It's such a big game.
Unfortunately, this game has absorbed my life. It is a very addicting game. I had to cancel my GameFly subscription because of this game. Games would sit on my coffee table for a month because Neverwinter just always calls you back.
I fully agree. I mean, I like the game just as much as you guys. It's been a long time since I got really sucked up into a game to the extent that I love this one, you know, because for my job, I have to play a lot of different games. For instance, I just wrote a review of arcade game series Pac-Man, which is a re-release of the classic Pac-Man game. But anyway, like, I have to play different games every single week, but I always make time for Neverwinter since I started playing it because I really do love it. It is a really good game once you get into it. Like, there's a learning curve. Some of the UI stuff and the controls take some getting used to.
I think I want your job.
What sort of man?
You can write the reviews. I can play the game.
Had to play. Yeah, there you go. I'll play them, and I will give you a quick review, and you just pad it.
Oh man, I only wish I could collaborate on things with people sometimes. It's like sometimes just playing the game is the most time-consuming part. Like, you might not feel like you could really do a game justice until you played it for 20 hours, and then, well, I can write about it in 3 hours, but it's the playing it part that takes forever.
must be brutal for games that you don't necessarily get into.
You know, I have broad tastes. Like, I think I'm pretty well suited to reviewing a lot of games because I just like most games. But yeah, there are sometimes games that I really hate and dread playing, and that can be a thing. And also, I don't like to be mean to games. Like, I would rather write a nice review for every game.
Right.
And sometimes they do let you down.
Oh, you think of all the work the guys put into it, so
Definitely, and
I can appreciate that.
and I get to meet a lot of game developers and stuff, so like I understand a lot of the things they go through.
But not the case for Taro, was it? Was it Taro? I mean, the game.
Oh yeah, I didn't review a game called Toro, but I wrote about it and had to play it some. And Toro is a bullfighting game, which is a really weird, a really unique game. And just a second. Anyway, I wanted to be open-minded about it, and I was in favor of making a bullfighting game. Like, I think making games about things that people feel are controversial, that's fine, you know. But it is simply a terrible game. It's one of the worst games on the Xbox One.
Is that a foreign game, or is that made,
made
in America? A bullfighting game. Okay, that makes sense. Absolute sense.
So they will have different cultural attitudes towards the game. But, I actually, I did a worst games of 2015 article, and I really go in depth about what's wrong with Toro and several other games. And again, I prefer to be positive, but it is fun every now and then just to take the gloves off and let people know about games where things have obviously gone wrong in some way.
Right. Yeah. You know, as far as Neverwinter, always, like you said, always draws you back. I think the only other game that's ever done that for me was the multiplayer on Mass Effect 3.
Did you ever play that?
No.
For a company that doesn't really, they're a franchise that had no multiplayer, they knocked it out of the park, I thought, with Mass Effect 3.
Nice. Well, did you ever play the multiplayer in Dragon Age Inquisition? Isn't it pretty similar?
Well, yeah, that came out much later. I was a little disappointed with Inquisition. I think they went a little too Skyrim on it. I think they tried to get that niche and grab that group of people. I liked when Dragon Age was basically Mass Effect in a fantasy world.
Yeah, I could, just like the game of Inquisition is it's, the single player and the multiplayer, they're like two whole separate things pretty much, just like with Mass Effect, I think. So,
I think me and some friends tried it briefly. The fact that you couldn't choose your character from the game, and you couldn't have two of the same character in the multiplayer. It was a co-op,
Yeah, it was
correct,
co-op.
if I remember? Yeah, I ended up getting stuck with a character I just wasn't happy with, and that could be the issue.
Yeah, no, it definitely would be nice if there was more of a connection. I mean, it is like its own separate thing. Why not just sell the multiplayer separately if you're going to do it that way? But I got into the multiplayer
Right.
more than the single player. Like, the single player, it's just so vast, and there's a lot of busy work. You could call it tedious, but
Absolutely.
the multiplayer, I just thought it was
Well,
fun
again-
to team up and do stuff, kind of like what we're doing in Neverwinter, but a lot simpler. But for a little while I played.
Maybe I should go back and give it a shot. I don't think I ever gave it a fair justice.
Now that we completed that
But do you have
area, we
time?
have to go turn in the quest to the dwarf guy who gave it to us. Here he is.
We're
Bruno.
on the scattered table.
Yeah.
Any damage you get in our way.
We get some rewards, of course, and then he gives us Chapter 2, Defeat General Fury and Cult of the Eternal Flame. Sure, I'm happy to do that. Has
Absolutely.
everyone made it over here? I think that's everyone. Okay, now it is time to go back. Yep.
In the meantime, I'm
You can just open a portal and we can zone it out
Oh,
from
let's
here.
just walk, it's fun.
Oh, okay.
We want to take in the sights, dude.
I actually forgot to choose the quest to replay these. Oh well, that's okay. I think when you replay them, it only gives you a little XP and some gold. So
Not as important. So do we take the same boat again?
no, not as important as those scrolls. Those are I've come to find out very important. I wish I hadn't got the companion, and I would have gone with the boon instead. But
Now we are going to chapter 2.
the companion would be great for a level 60 character coming in here with a who doesn't have a full companion stable.
But you already do.
Yeah. Purple and my companion's orange, so I'm not going to use him. But I could see how someone coming in at 60 getting a companion like that handed to him, it's well worth playing. And these missions are pretty fun as well.
Agreed.
I love when they put out the new DLC just to change things up a little bit. The dailies will grind on you after a while, and the new DLC just kind of adds a little spark.
By the way, I want to welcome our guildmate Beastmaster to our Twitch channel. He has just joined in to say hi, and that is great. One of the reasons why we have our Windows Central Guild is to hopefully, foster some interest in the site and the Twitch channel in the game, among players of the game, and vice versa. So it is really good when people cross over from the game and become a member of our audience. Just to tell everybody, in case you're new, we do these Saturday streams every single week, always at the same time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We do them live for an hour and a half, and we always give out free games or prizes for a game that we're streaming. So this week, because Neverwinter is free anyway, we are giving out these premium boar mounts. Not the best mount ever, but still it's a mount you can only get from contests like this, so it is still a cool prize. Then next week, for instance, we are streaming Octodad, Deadliest Catch, which is quite a funny game. And we have that week we're going to have one of the creators of the game on mic with us, so that's going to be really exciting. We treat this like a show. It's like a live podcast where you also get to watch a game at the same time. And, we put a lot of time and effort into it, and we have a really great audience. We hope to continue growing the audience, and we really appreciate everybody's support. Your support means showing up, watching the streams live, hopefully, when you can. We understand that sometimes you're busy. Then it also means leaving comments on the articles about the streams and other articles that we write, because we have some good gaming coverage at Windows Central, and we really need viewer and reader comments to show our bosses and to show the developers that people like the kind of stuff we do. So that is always the best way to thank us, is to leave positive comments on the article for the stream and other articles that we may be sharing with you at the time we're doing a stream. Right, boys?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Good men. Oh, also another thing to point out, we have recently launched our own Discord server. I talked about this before we started the stream itself, but Discord is a popular chat service, mainly among gamers, and a lot of other big streamers have their own Discord servers. It's like a, it's basically just a public chat that you can go to anytime you want, and there will always be somebody from our crew, from our viewers, etc., there to chat with, and that way we can all stay in touch outside of the stream. Good way to meet me. I think it's neat to be able to meet the people who work on a site that you enjoy, and
absolutely.
and I enjoy being available to you guys. So that's different from a lot of sites. Like, do you think you can just go and hang out with people from Kotaku? Usually not, but it's something that we do.
Yeah.
So please sign up for our Discord server. Just ask for the address and we'll give it to you. I also posted it in the comments of tonight's article, so you can find it there as well. And you can participate in our Discord chat from a web browser, from the desktop app, and there's also iOS and Android apps for it. It's not an instant messenger. You can have it where it notifies you every time anybody comments, period. Or you can just treat it like a chat room. When you feel like catching up, you just go to the chat room and you chat for a while. So I find it really convenient, even if you already use other instant messengers like Skype, because I'm a big proponent of Skype. But it can be used in addition to that, because Skype is great for one-on-one chats and specific chats with small groups of people. But Discord is a way to chat with, multiple people. You don't have to invite anybody, you just go there and talk with who's there. No adding each other to your friends list, no sharing your phone numbers like WhatsApp. So far it's been really cool.
You need to get Daniel on Discord. Then he'll probably get a lot of questions.
Yeah, probably people just bog him down with questions. Daniel is the editor-in-chief of our site. He's pretty popular. Darker Player asks if I have the lore achievement. Is that the one for finding certain... Is that the final lore achievement in the game? Isn't there more than one?
I would think so. There's a lot of lore to find.
Yeah, like they don't make you find it all because they keep adding to the game, so they can't say, we'll just find it all. But it's for a significant amount of the game. And yeah, I don't remember.
Did anyone ever get the dragon one? I assumed that was glitched, because I know I killed the correct amount of dragons.
There is a way to check that. If you snap the achievements app, you can look at it and see what it's measuring your progress as. Because you could be like 3 away for all you... I mean, it's possible anyway.
Boy, back in the day, that's all I did all day was kill dragons in the Wall of Dragons. That dragon run got pretty repetitive. Started green.
Oh, you're right. You should have at least gotten the 100 dragons achievement if you were doing that a lot.
Yeah, I don't think it ever popped.
Wait, are you talking about the 1,000?
Yeah, the 1,000 one is just going to take a while. Killing 1,000 dragons, that's like a 2-year proposition.
I'm only at 300
really
plus.
Sure at this point. I think I gave up on it, so I've stopped watching it.
Well, that gives you like 2,000 points on your Arc app, which you can, just enough to claim the Nightmare Mount or something like that, if you have that.
Oh, yeah, I actually saw that on Arc the other day. I'm very close to that. I really kind of want that.
By the way,
Nightmare.
Viva, Icky, and Andarr, let's try not to skip the story parts, because people might want to see them.
Yeah. I did not.
Oh, did that pop up?
I hope we also banned that guy, Brian. I can see we have a troublemaker in the chat. There was like when we're talking to people, we were just talking to somebody. Like we should show a little bit of the conversation so people can get an idea of what it's like who are watching.
Oh, that didn't even pop on my screen. I didn't see that. I actually I ran these with a lower level guy the other day to help him out. And he constantly skipped those. I was like, "Will you stop that? I haven't seen these." I was doing them with him, so I kind of want to see them myself. It's halfway through the conversation, it just disappears off my screen.
Swizzlers asks,
The first time I
No.
watched
just real
it.
quick, Swizzlers asks if I'm going to write about a sale, and Swizzlers, I've told you I don't write that kind of article anymore. I write reviews and interviews and certain kinds of content. I don't write little news posts.
The Lord's
There you go.
Alliance was
Chapter
over.
3, The Depths of
Things
Madness.
pouring out of the chasm and into Neverwinter.
So Paul, MTA Rails just sent me a message, says that he wants us to remove him from the guild. He has lost interest in the Neverwinter.
Yeah, we talked about that a minute ago.
Need to stay behind and talk to the faction.
Yeah,
so
that's fine. I mean, we don't need to worry about it right this minute.
He's lost it. He's lost interest for now, but the bug's gonna get him.
He plays a lot of.
Maybe a week, maybe a week or a month. It'll get him.
He really plays a lot of games. So like this is the kind of game you have
Yeah.
to. I mean, we've talked about it a little bit, but like there's a learning curve. But I would just say that you need to play it a bunch and really learn how all the systems and work and stuff to really appreciate it. Like at first it may seem kind of basic or confusing, but if you play it consistently
I
for
agree.
enough days, you will, and you like RPGs in general, then you will get it. Like, where's chapter 3?
Been an RPG fan
Right.
since one of my favorite games was
Oh.
Final Fantasy, the original one back for the Nintendo. What a great game! RPGs are the best. But as well, yeah, I love all sorts of different games.
Andarr, you need to
Over
come
here,
over there.
and
Mike.
it's different waypoint.
Oh, am I in the wrong
Yeah,
area? I'm
Yeah, they
sorry,
changed
guys.
Yeah.
how to get to this one. That's okay. Yeah, and by the way, we have a member of chat. What is his name? Springer HD is actually one of our very active guild members, old Dirtbag Man. And he's a good guy too. So hello, Dirtbag Man. Panjaman, he is another valued member of the guild.
Absolutely, see him on every day.
Yeah.
The man. Benjamin is the man.
First it was spell plague monsters,
Takes a little
now
while
it's
for the
people.
textures to load
Anyone
up
walking
sometimes.
out of that gate
There they
was
are.
mad after a few seconds.
You stay
Yeah.
here, Captain. I'll go help Lynn
Oh.
get to the bottom of
Yeah.
all this.
We
No-
can't
no-
hold for much longer.
Nothing like talking to Harper Wendell when her hair's not there.
Uh,
Or you summon your
Um,
shopkeeper and he's just a little shadow-looking guy with no
What I always
clothes.
find amusing is every now and then the mounts won't load up and you'll just see people riding around on nothing.
Oh,
Nothing,
absolutely.
yeah.
How do we...
That happens to me in Protector's
Are there too many of
Enclave.
us standing by the door? There we go.
Yeah.
4D9er, if you're really serious about continuing to play, because you have joined us live during the stream and everything, we would be happy to get you into the guild. And to do that, you just need to send a message, a mail in the game, preferably, to IccyAsd. You can see he's one of the people playing with us tonight, and if you want to mail him in the game, it's just IccyAsd at IccyAsd. Same gamer tag and character name. So feel free to do that, and we'll get you in as long as you stick with it and level up to 30 in a reasonable period of time, which I would consider maybe a week or so. Then we'll be happy to have you, dude.
Let's continue.
What are we doing now?
Wait for the NPC to move. Make sure
Yeah,
to stay in the circle.
she takes a moment.
Oh, Linu.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll slip us some Lanu's favors. That would be great. I can use some more of those to get those final boons. 80 is a lot.
Yeah.
And it
only
became
like
much
5.
harder with the DLC. It became much harder to get that.
I just do the Emperor's Treasure
Let's
every day. Hopefully reach 1,005 for the Lino flavor. Yeah,
Wow.
takes time. Oh, don't forget about me.
I went and soloed the Phantasmal Fortress yesterday, and it felt like a great thing to finally be able to do that with the new DLC. That was so hard when they first brought it in.
But
And Drake handlers didn't go quite as well. Many deaths were involved in that.
that is a tough one. But I mean,
Yeah.
This one's the Dreadforge.
Dreadforge is the toughest? Ah.
Which
Yeah, it's because the end boss.
Yeah, I really prefer to have people
Well, I-
for missions like that.
I get so in Dreadforge I can solo all those fairly easily. I try to send out a message if anyone needs to do it, but I really like getting the kits. I've always been kind of a kit hog. I don't know. I I like refining and trying to get my gear up higher.
By the way,
I need to stop. I need to stop doing that.
hey, you like what you like, man.
It just tends to drive people crazy when I run for the kits.
We've just completed the first round of the contest. We have 10 winners, and I can see that at least 2 people from the guild have won a mount. That is great. That would be Pinjaman and Old Dirtbag Man. Way to go, guys. We are really glad to have you guys as both members of our guild and our Twitch audience.
Absolutely, and contributing members as well. A little tip for anyone who has not done this mission yet. As you see, Lunu has her yellow circle around you. Do not stray outside of that circle. You will take a large amount of damage. It's 10 to 11,000 per second easily. So especially for lower level people who come in here, may not have a lot of hit points. Keep that in mind. You really want to stay inside her circle.
The ground
if you
is
can.
steep right here.
And those hulks. Yeah, and those hulks make it hard sometimes. There's an area where you'll run into 2 of them at once, and it makes it hard to stay in the circle.
Agreed.
Yeah. You just pull you left and right.
You really do want to stay in that circle.
So as everyone can see, we're teaming up. We're in a party of 5. 5 is the normal maximum party size, although there are raid type activities that allow more people to
We
participate.
can rest in this outpost.
But something we should point out is the game is just a lot more fun to play with other friends. So I think another thing is sometimes when people are starting out, they don't have anyone else to play with, and that kind of discourages them from continuing to play and learning more about Neverwinter. And the best solution to that is to join a guild like ours. You know, we have a guild, and there's many to choose from, not just us. But if you're in a guild with a decent number of active players, then you'll always have somebody you can ask, hey, do you want to come along with me for this? And a lot of times, I mean, people like Viva and Icky, and surely you, Andarr, will be happy to team up with you and just help get you through hard levels or just things that you might not understand how to do. So that's... Yeah, so I just hate to hear about somebody playing the game and they get turned off of it and they actually weren't even trying to play with friends, because that's just the way to play. You'll get so much more out of the game that way.
Well, for any guild members listening, every time I come on, I'll say hello and I tell you, if you need help with anything, please send me an invite. I can do my dailies anytime. I'd much rather come and help you guys out, especially lower level characters. If you have to do something, or even 70s, if you have something you're struggling with, invite me. I will absolutely come and help you at any time.
Perfect attitude, dude.
I remember I struggled through this game, played a lot of solo stuff. I remember what it was like going to Icewind Dale, trying to get things done and no one there to help you, and it can be brutal. It's the game makes you work for stuff, so teamwork is a huge thing in this game.
By the way, we have a viewer who is asking Control Wizard or Rogue. If he's asking which character am I playing, I am playing a Rogue, which is a thief and one of the better DPS class characters. And Viva also has a really good Rogue, better than mine. Viva has more time to play. Don't you, dude?
Yeah, I got more time to play, but longer.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah
that is a good point. You started playing when
It's
the
like
game came out.
more than 10 characters. Yeah. And he's got more than 10
Yeah,
characters.
it's crazy. But Icky and I only started in January when we did our first Neverwinter stream, because that's what got us into the game. Was we were simply looking for more games to stream on our Saturday streams, because we have to do different games all the time. Like the only game we've ever come back to multiple times for a Saturday stream is Neverwinter, because they're always updating it and because there's always different prizes to give away each time we do this.
I found this game going through the homepage and looking for best free games, and I saw this and I said, whoa, what is that? And been hooked on it ever since. It's unfortunately for a free game, I've probably spent hundreds of dollars on it, but no one needs to know that. I didn't say that, but
yeah, but the beauty of a game like this is you can go, like, the thing about games is like you can go and get a game, a week later beat the game and it's just on your shelf. But a game like this, it's all about progression, and it's always
right.
progression. So non-stop, no matter what you do to your character, it's for the greater good, because it's just progression. Like I said, it's the beauty of this game. It's just, it keeps on going on and on and on and on. There's always something to do on Neverwinter.
That's right. Until the money dries up, they will constantly add new stuff to this game. You can guarantee that. How long has World of Warcraft been around?
Years and years.
You know.
Yeah, and Neverwinter has been very successful since it started on PC. Was it 2 years ago? And it's been very active on Xbox One for 1 year, and there's no signs of them slowing down on that. Real quick, we have a viewer ask, the same viewer, Mute, is asking what my gamer tag is. My gamer tag is the same thing as my character name, so if you're interested in joining the guild and you wanted to organize that with me directly, it's Eastx at Eastx would be how to message me in the game, or you could just send me an Xbox Live message to Eastx. Travel to the depths. But yeah, we should talk about the way the game is monetized, because that is an important how do we get through?
Get in the portal.
I'm gonna die.
Absolutely.
Guys, get in the portal.
That's not cool.
Oh, you have. That's because Linus went in.
We can't get through the portal because people are standing around it.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, you know what's gonna happen here? It's gonna spawn you back.
Yeah.
This happened the other day.
I did not.
He didn't make it.
You will not be able to leave that building probably
Come on.
until you kill yourself. Unfortunately.
Am I supposed to kill myself?
Yeah, and then it'll spawn you here.
By the way, people who are in our Twitch channel, if somebody asks a
there you are.
question
There you are. Great.
about me, like what my gamer tag is, then feel free to answer them. You know. Did he make it? Yeah, he made it. Okay, let's go on.
Yeah, he made
So anyway,
it
as I was saying, it's important with any free-to-play game to figure out how do they make money from it and whether or not it sounds like it will be fair to you. I would say that Neverwinter is quite a fair game. You can play without ever buying anything at all, and you can get really high level. You know, it's a big time sink. The issues that you'll run into if you just don't want to spend anything would be storage space.
Yeah.
Because the game only gives you... Who are we waiting for? Okay, come on, Ethan. He was messing with leveling up.
You can absolutely grind your way to a high level on this game.
Well, look at this big guy we're fighting. But storage space, you find, obviously there's a lot of loot to get in a game like this, and you may...
Oh, wow, I have madness affecting me here. Oh, interesting.
You may find yourself wanting to be able to store more stuff, more bag slots, more bank slots, and yeah, that's a way the developers make money. But it's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with the developers charging for those things, because they have to have a way to make money. You have to think of how many thousands of people play this game and just never spend anything. Because a lot of people, when they play a free-to-play game, they have the attitude, they're like, I'm going to beat this game. I'm never going to spend a dime. But you have to remember, like, the game developers aren't making this game and running the servers and constantly updating it just out of the goodness of their hearts. They're doing it for a living, and they need players to spend. So, you know, your objective should not be when you play a free-to-play game just to never spend anything ever. Like, I mean, some people are like that. It's not a constructive attitude. If everyone did that, the game would never be updated. It would the developer would go out of business. There'd be no Neverwinter. So that's exactly the wrong attitude if you want Neverwinter to stick around and become a better game. So, and, you know, some people just will never see this perspective, but it's important. It's a business. But if you are willing to support the game every now and then, you like the game, say, man, I've been playing this game for 20 hours, I want to throw the developer a bone. Then you could spend $10 and get some more bank slots or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, and then you could play another 30 hours maybe, and then you find yourself wanting something else, so you buy another small little thing. Not a big deal at all. But if you just feel like you...
Actually, you should start with VIP.
Yeah.
At least
there you go. I was going to say that nice little thing, that VIP for the free lockbox keys.
Yeah, well...
That's $10 well spent.
That's true. So that's not... You're right. If you were going to buy any one thing in the game, probably the thing to get would be VIP membership, which is... Because, you know, a lot of games, including let's see, what is it? Elder Scrolls Online and DC Universe Online. They offer a monthly service. You don't.
$15,
Yeah,
I think.
in other games, it's often 15. Here, it's $10 a month. You do not have to get the VIP membership at all, but there are benefits for doing so. So if you
Huge benefits.
Yeah, so if you are seriously getting into the game, then getting a VIP membership, for one thing, it boosts your XP gain a little bit, so you'll just move through the game a little bit faster. Don't forget to mute if you're making noise, guys. But anyway, besides that, you get a lockbox key every day, and these lockboxes, the only way to open them is with premium keys. You can just ignore the lockboxes, but if you get the VIP and you get all these keys, then you can really get some cool equipment that will make you an even more powerful character. And this is, there's a PvP element to this game. You can mess with PvP, but for the most part, most of us do not do PvP. And so, like, being able to get this better equipment because you're a VIP member, it's not a big deal. It doesn't ruin the game for everybody else. It just makes you be able to contribute more to your party and to your guild. So we have just completed that. Now we can talk to him again, and now we have a daily quest, Interlude, Your Legend.
You have to go to the campaign and upgrade it until you get the actual daily.
Oh, so that's not actually a daily?
Not yet. After this,
You'll have to wait. You'll have to wait till tomorrow, gotcha. I believe, for the for the next one after the
so
first
we just completed those 3. Now I push start. I go to quests and campaigns, and now I can see the Maze Engine campaign. This is where I keep track of how far along I am in the campaign, and I start certain tasks in that campaign. That's how you do it with all the additional campaigns they've added. But I go here, select the first option. I'm going to get some experience and an item for completing it. Start it, and it only takes 10 seconds. That's not bad.
That's a companion. Dwarven companion.
That's your companion, yep, the Dwarven Battle Rager.
Okay.
Which I'll tell you, like I said, you get hit level 60, you come in here, that's a pretty cool thing for doing 3 little missions. You get an actual companion out of it.
I thought you said you had to choose between that and something else, but everybody gets it automatically?
Well, yeah, actually, I could have held off till I had 5 and gone for an actual boon on the left side.
Yeah, well.
That lit up and I got excited and took it. So, but it doesn't matter because I intend, as well as I'm sure everyone does, to own all those, no matter what they are at some point. So,
now I've got Big Trouble in Neverwinter as a quest. We have to deal with demonic infestations somewhere in Neverwinter, and how does that work exactly?
Yeah. So
that's actually the one I have as well. Yeah. We have to go to the
I
Tower
have no
District.
Idea because basically this is something new to all of us because the daily is same for everyone every day, but it's new.
Okay, everyone, let's go back to the gate and we will go to the Tower District. That's where it is, you say?
Yeah, it says go to Tower District, yep.
So
kind of neat. I love the DLC taking you back to some of the older areas as well.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
It's kind of fun to go back. And with this new DLC, they did include a lot of the older dungeons that people really liked. So that's kind of a cool thing as well.
Yes, and after we complete this mission, I want to do a dungeon real quick. Only 3 of us will be able to do that because dungeons are mostly only 3-player. But we will hop into a dungeon, one of those new ones, or old new ones, and show everybody what that's like.
I'm just going to bring up a travel thing here. This is another thing with VIP. You not only get the keys to open lockboxes, the higher your VIP goes, you can summon a travel signpost. You can travel from anywhere on the big maps. You don't have to go all the way back to the exit. Summon a mailbox, and a salvage anvil, a profession vendor, a banking portal, which is so handy, A lot of new players tend to get the shopkeeper, which is a lifesaver when you don't have a lot of storage slots. You can just sell stuff, but having your own banking portal, you can put everything into your bank, or if you want to upgrade something, you're way up in the mountains, on a map, and you're so far away.
You guys come to the district.
You can open your bank, take your you know the things you need out for it, and do it right there. So it's really
That
a
is
great
handy.
thing. VIP is well
Mike, are
worth
you
the
coming?
money.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
sorry.
Now everyone's here on the map. Let's move forward to this objective and see what it is. Repel demons in the Tower District.
I actually had my VIP open just to point out a complaint I've
Yeah,
unlocked.
no worries. Another thing to point out with VIP, one of the things you can eventually get, besides fast traveling, I think fast traveling is the big early thing that is really worthwhile. But besides that, immunity to injuries, which you get after you have 7 months
yes.
of VIP.
That's the big
it's
thing.
great.
Yes.
And the cool thing about VIP also is you don't actually have to be a member for that many months to get the bonus for that. You can just buy, like, say, okay, I want fast travel. You get that after 4 months. You can buy 4 months worth, and you get it right off the bat. You don't have to wait for 4 months to get it. So you get the benefits right away. And it's up to you how it's not like a subscription service. You just buy the months you want, and then once it runs out, you would have to buy more months, and that's totally up to you.
Wait, is done already?
Was actually
Okay,
it. Wow, that
catch
was
up
it.
to you guys here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is supposed to be done soloed, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. This campaign is supposed to be solo friendly, and this is.
Now that was only one of
Yeah, maybe the other
two.
will be a little harder.
Yeah.
But also, we're all level 70, and this is something that unlocks when you get to level 60. So we are certainly stronger than what it's tuned for, and that's fine.
Why is there a quest here? Oh, now you get the.
I'm behind you
quest
guys
code?
quite a
Do
bit
we need
here.
that
I gotta
again?
catch up to you.
No. I mean, the quest is for Cloak Tower.
Just to.
You know, the new
another old
for the new-
classic.
Oh, well, maybe we should get that
Yeah.
quest then, if that's the one we're gonna do. We're already here.
It's just a 600 XP thing.
Well, yeah, it's one of the very first dungeons, isn't it? So
Not played that before. I mean, we came in quite late.
So now we just have to fight these demons on this map. And this is kind of neat because
Yeah,
say you're a
and,
beginning player and you're at this area, because this is like a, I don't know, you would be level 15 or 20 when you get here. Level 20, I think. But anyway,
yeah, this is the first map you can get a companion after you do the Tower
Nice.
District. You get your very first companion.
and those players, beginning players who are just getting to this point, they'll get to see and meet higher level players who are now working on objectives like this. So that's a cool thing about sending people back to old areas. Objective complete, good job. Alright, are we gonna go turn it?
I wonder if I
I guess we
can.
could go turn in real fast.
Yeah.
I'll summon a travel sign. Does anyone else not have
Yeah, you have
travel
to say-
signs? I think we all have.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we do
Okay,
have
everyone
it.
go back. We'll turn it in, and then we will do a dungeon. Mantle Dareth, right? Alright.
Yes.
Yes.
By the way, guys, I wish we could play longer tonight. Neverwinter is a game that, if I have time, I can actually just play for hours and hours, because there's so much to do, and so many friends to play with, and it never gets old to me. But yeah, I have to work tonight at my other job, so...
Oh,
What is
boy.
Sly Flourish, Beastmaster? So we've got about half an hour more to play, and then we will have to call it quits. But we will have future Neverwinter streams, and don't forget, every Saturday we always have a different stream to watch, and different games you can win by doing so. So it is always worth your time to come and watch our streams. And when you're not watching streams, you can keep in touch with the Discord server that we just started, that we talked about earlier. Turning in this quest to Bruner Battlehammer.
We're gonna take care
I'm almost embarrassed to say how many hours I've spent on some days on this game. You can really lose track of time. It's
Ooh, Tales of Adventure.
Yep. It never ends.
You're right, it just never ends, and
No,
they
never
so
ends.
far they just keep adding and adding to it. Every 2 or 3 months they add a new expansion, and it takes quite a while to
I'm sorry.
get to. I mean, like, I just can't imagine running out of things to do. Like, I personally just don't have the time for that. If you played this and nothing else, and it was all you did in your free time, then I'm sure eventually you would kind of get everywhere with one character. But for most people, there's just so much to do.
another great thing about this DLC for lower level players, the rewards they give you in XP alone, 50,000 XP, that you don't see that on any of the other missions. That right there is something to encourage you to come in and really play these missions. They're really
This
worthwhile.
guy's username, no fat chicks. Beastmaster, I am not a beta tester on this particular game. Sometimes I get into betas on other games, but not this one. 4D9er, just send me an Xbox message then if you need to. Or Icky, you know. Westx is my gamer tag, Icky's is IccyAsd. Alright guys, now we are going to queue up for a dungeon. This is a part where... Are we going to have to drop the 2 extra guys? Unless there's a 5... We could do a skirmish actually, but the dungeons are the new stuff and not skirmishes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, before we do that, real quick, I'm going to look at the new mount system. Might as well show everyone that, because mounts are cool. It's a cool thing. Before you can only have one mount at a time. Now you can have a stable of... Well, you could keep others, but they occupied inventory space. And, you know, inventory space is a bit precious in this game. But now you can have up to 5 mounts equipped, and they stay in your stable, and they don't take up any space that way. You can put different equipment on them to boost their stats or something. I don't know what Icky or Viva would have to tell us about that. But over here, you can say I don't want to ride the boar. I want to ride a different one. I could ride this green owlbear that we gave out in our last stream. But I can independently equip the best movement speed of any mount I have. So if I already have a better mount, which I do, I can equip its 110% movement speed and still be riding this slower mount and not lose the speed. Then some of the mounts have different powers, and I can also equip one of those powers, which I've got a 2000 power bonus, makes my attacks a lot more powerful. And then you also have combat power. Unfortunately, combat power, you have to have a legendary rank mount, so barely anybody gets that. And you can't just buy your way to a legendary mount, unfortunately. You have to get them from lock boxes, and the chances of getting one is not very high.
Or spend a lot of Astral Diamonds.
Because this game has a big auction house, just like most successful MMOs. But yeah, the legendary mounts are so expensive on the auction house that it's ridiculous. So most of us just will never get to benefit from that. And I think it would be nice if they threw us a bone and let us get mounts that had like a small bonus there at least. More realistically attainable is what I mean. But, you know, even still, the point is, before mounts did not give stat bonuses. Now they do with this update. And now you can mix and match the different qualities, the different things on the mount, and that is really neat. So it's just one way they've made the game better. You know, you just keep playing the game, and over time it gets better because they keep adding big new features like that. Yes, now also we are going to look at the new queue system. That's another big improvement this version that came with this update. Is now you can queue for for dungeons and raids and stuff, and they've just made it a lot easier. You can categorize all the different things that you can queue for, and you can join big queues with, like, say you have 10 people in your guild who are on right now. You can get all 10 of them into a queue, and, you know, you'll get match made. And that's just, before you could only take 5 people into a queue, period. Now you have a lot more control over that stuff. So Lyle, how did we want to do this?
Okay, so are we going to go for a dungeon or skirmish? If you're going for a dungeon, then you can only have 3
How fast are
players.
skirmishes? I forget.
15 minutes.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Well, we really wanted to show off one of the new dungeons, so I think at this point we should split up and just do 3 of us in the dungeon. Is that okay with everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, West, will you leave the party, and can I have a volunteer for someone else to leave, and we'll get down to a 3-man group for a dungeon. But you can stay on the mic.
I can jump out if you guys want. It's
I
not a big deal.
appreciate it, dude. But yeah, you can stay and talk with us. That'll be fine. Alright.
Sure.
So which is the one that we wanted to try? The Cloak Tower? Oh.
Yeah.
Cloak, there's the first
You,
one.
you can choose the Cloak Tower, Pirate King Retreat, the Frozen Heart, and Cavern of Karen Ducks.
What's the higher level one out of those?
Pirate
Karen
King,
Duck.
probably. Oh, Caverns of
Karen
Karen
Ducks.
Ducks, yeah.
Let's
Caverns,
do that
yeah. It replaces the Temple of Spider, because previously it was 55, now it's 50.
Okay, huh, that's interesting. I have to take people out of the queue group, even if they're not in the party anymore.
Yeah.
Kick from queue group.
Yep.
Kick from queue group. And it's giving us a good level of control over how we queue, so I appreciate that. So now I choose to join the queue. You have a ready queue. Close all the windows to respond. So I accept, and it's going to put us in this dungeon. It's good to complete.
This is the first time for
it'll
us.
be exciting. But it's good to complete at least 2 dungeons a day if you have the time. Realistically, you're not always going to have time. In fact, a lot of the time you won't. But you get Astral Diamonds for... You get a significant Astral Diamond bonus for the first 2 dungeons you complete in one day. And Astral Diamonds are the currency that you use to buy and sell things on the auction house. So, like, you can actually buy VIP time and everything just by saving up enough Astral Diamonds and converting them to Zen, which is the premium currency. Yeah, and Wes did that. He's saved up just about 12 months worth of currency and got VIP just by playing a whole lot. So that's another option. Like, if you're really dedicated to never spending any money, which again is not constructive, but if you want to be that way, then at least you could actually do that. You can just play a whole lot, get lots of Astral Diamonds, convert them to the premium currency, and then you could still get all the premium stuff that somebody who's willing to spend money would get.
Which is probably a little even less ideal now with the price.
Yeah, I mean, technically you don't get that much.
It is skyrocketed.
So you don't get that much Zen for your Astral Diamonds, but it's still an option for you at least. But that currency value fluctuates, so there may be times when it will be better.
Yeah, it does. I've seen it as low as 130, so...
Oh, this dungeon looks easy.
Yeah, so far so good. Check the pack.
Very easy.
I did Caverns of Caranducks yesterday with a couple lower level characters, and going back at 70, it's not much. I don't think it's any harder than it was the first time you went through it, to be honest with you. So they did not increase the difficulty. You want to breeze through it? You want to breeze through a couple dungeons at 70? Click on some of those, and you could probably solo it.
Icky, do you not have the loot mode set to free for all?
You can't do that in
You
dungeon.
just can't do it, period?
That's right. It's need or greed in dungeons.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's different loot modes, you guys. You can have it to where if you pick something up, you just get it. And then there's a separate loot mode, which is the default one, which is everyone has to roll for the item. It's a D&D type thing. You know, something you have to do in the real pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons game. And that's how...
Round Robin's a real good one. That way there's it's not a need or greed, it's not a free-for-all, it's each person gets their shot at the loot, and the loot that falls, only that person can see it at that time. So it's basically their loot. Round Robin, I find, is the best.
Oh.
There's no rush, no rushing to grab something, no hard feelings, and what falls at that time is yours. So
that's not so bad either. I prefer free-for-all. I just think if you do the work for the item, then you should be the one who gets it. But,
in a party, though, I mean, everyone's kind of doing the work.
Like, say I go off and kill an enemy, he drops an item. Then I would like that item.
That's true. You'd be amazed how often loot pops up for you on free-for-all. It almost seems like every time you kill someone, you have loot dropping on Round Robin.
It's nice that we can ride our mounts in this dungeon. Can we always do that?
Yeah.
No. Well,
only for these, I guess.
Not in most dungeons.
Oh, thanks, Brian.
Most probably too much of traveling, I think. Big map, lethal enemy. I think the kind of felt like they were much weaker than the enemies in Temple of Spider. They at least take some time to kill.
Yeah, these enemies really are going down quickly. So more stuff for lower level players to do, and if you're a higher level player, you can team up with lower level players and do dungeons like this. And believe me, there are really hard dungeons too. You don't have to only do an easy one like this. But more stuff to do is always
yeah,
good.
there are. Epic Castle Never. That's a fun one.
Maze, to answer your question, Maze is saying, well, if you're playing a healing class, you're not going to be killing as many enemies. Should you not get drops? And yes, the answer is no, you should not get drops. Haha. Just kidding.
Yeah, but you know what? In those harder dungeons, those healing characters are a huge help. I really appreciate people who take take one for the team and play as a paladin or a cleric. I couldn't do it.
Class, yeah.
But I absolutely love having them in a hard dungeon. Let me tell you what.
And that's something we should say. If you're just going to start playing Neverwinter, say you happen to watch our stream and it inspires you to play the game, which class should you make? Well, I'll tell you which class is most in demand, and that is Paladins. Oathbound Paladins.
Absolutely. They are tanks. They can't do a ton of damage, but they can take damage all day long and shrug it off like it's nothing. I've watched them in Icewind Dale with a group of trolls, which will take out any DPS character if they're piled on them like that. And they just stand in the middle and just take their time and kill them one by one. So, Paladins are an amazing class on here.
They can make the difference between being able to win a raid type thing or an epic dungeon and not being able to. And there aren't enough people who play as Paladins, so they're completely in demand. So if you're going to get into this game, that's just plain the class you should make. Say, I would make that class and have that be your main, and then say you just want to do DPS, then that could be your alternate character. Because you get 2 character slots automatically, and you can buy more if you want, but 2 is plenty for most people.
Yep. As a high-level paladin, you will be never, ever kicked from a dungeon. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, and everyone in your guild will love you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wish I had understood that. The big problem is when you are starting an MMO, you don't know anything about it, right? So you just pick whatever class looks neat, and you don't really know, well, what do I need to play, or what do people need me to be? But so that's why we're telling you right now that's the one that people need. Do that if you want. But yeah, if I had known what I know now, I would have just made a paladin and not a rogue. Although rogues are still a really good class.
Right. I did the same with the Scourge Warlock. I read that they were one of the highest DPS characters. I went online to find the way to set it up to do the most damage, and that's great. Unfortunately, unless I have someone protecting me on those higher dungeon levels, I will die fairly quick. It's hard to do damage when you're getting pounded on. So, nice bubble paladin really helps out.
Treasure chest over here if anyone wants it. Just 1 green item and nothing else good.
That's another thing for new people. I find it happening, just a little, I guess, a peeve. I find it happening a fair amount in this game. When you open chests in this game, if you don't automatically just take everything out of it, even if there's something you don't want, you can always drop it. If you leave anything in that chest, the next guy who opens it, all that will be in the chest for him is what you left.
Know that.
Yes, instead, if you leave...
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, it does.
How would I know if nobody told me that?
Yeah, that's the way
Now I know. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, I will. And same with kits. I will open a kit, and there will be a lowly piece of treasure when there should be refining stones or something like that, rune stones. And it's nothing to take it all out and drop what you don't want or sell it. Be considerate to the next guy. Another tip with chests, if no one knows, some chests will say search chest, some chests will say open chest. Don't open it if it says open, because that will be a mimic. I found that out long after I'd started playing this game. I had someone told me about it. I always just took my chances, and oh no, it's a mimic. And on the higher level dungeons, those mimics are no joke. They will follow you through the whole dungeon trying to kill you.
Where are we supposed to go?
But that's also like the keys that you carve though for like any of the skirmishes or whatever. If you go and use one of those keys to open up something, you open up the chest, you don't like it,
don't take it.
But keep your key.
Yep. That's right.
You need to take anything you do not want.
You won't lose the key that you paid for. It's good advice
Our
right
viewer
there.
Ice Dog asks, what about when they patch the bubble to make it less good? Then won't Paladins be less in demand? Because that is the thing, is that Paladins are going to be nerfed a little bit in the future. The Xbox One version is always a few months behind the PC version, so we can use that to predict and understand what kind of changes are going to come eventually. And it is true that they are going to nerf the Paladins. However, even after they nerf them, I still think they are going to provide a valuable part of the party.
I still think a bubble is going to be better than Astral Shield any day.
Oh, Astral Shield was the worst in Tiamat. Nothing like lagging the game up.
Yeah. But the problem with Tiamat is just people didn't know what to do. It's like, if you don't know what to do, YouTube a
Right.
video, watch it first, watch how people do it, understand how people do it, and then go through it. Because people just get upset. All Tiamat was a bitch fest. Everybody would just bitch back and forth because nobody understood how to do it.
Never saw so much screaming in chat as I did in Tiamat. And it's very simple once you know it. You know, was it black, green, red, and white? Or, you know, I don't remember if green came before red. But,
Black,
I know it was black,
white.
black, red, green, and white. Yeah. But, oh, you are right. So many people. Oh, Tiamat brought out the worst in the players.
I mean, well, Tiamat, they really should rework it. I just don't think it's fun, but that's up to, you know, maybe they will someday and maybe they won't. Tiamat is a raid.
Well, you know, Tiamat was a whole luck of a lot of the draw of who was in there with you. I didn't like the fact you couldn't go in with a party. Why? Why can't you?
But
now you can.
can.
So they've at least made that.
Now you can. So yeah. Of course, now it's twice as hard.
Is it actually hard?
Yeah. You remember how the enemies?
Oh, right.
The enemies were much harder compared to the rest of enemies in Well of Dragons before. Well, now they're that much harder.
One of our viewers says that they actually destroyed the Paladin class, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe that
destroyed it when PvP or just
update,
deleted
or the
their
nerf
character
is going to make them not even be useful anymore. I mean, but I don't know.
Well, that would be a terrible thing.
Build or something like that.
Why they would do that and yet still make trickster rogues in PvP? You know, you go into a PvP match and it's trickster rogues, clerics, and as a Scourge Warlock, I refuse to even go in there anymore because it's just you can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, if we're trying to make the game sound good, then we wouldn't mention PvP because PvP is awful in this game. It severely needs to be reworked.
It's limited.
Yeah, the problem is there's PvP builds, and anybody who's not rocking a PvP build is at a severe disadvantage.
Well,
yeah, you might as well just not even play it. Right. And the thing, I mean, like, you should just get matched with people who are similar in power to you, period. But instead, it's like you go in and you're getting matched against these people against whom you would never have any chance of killing them. So it's bad.
Right. It's so slanted to certain classes, and it shouldn't be like that. Everyone should, each class should have the same kind of advantages in PvP. But the PvE, I think, more than makes up for it. I never sit there and go, gosh, I wish I could really, do more PvP. The PvE on this game is great.
Yeah, I totally agree. PvE is so good, just the normal cooperative gameplay, that I never feel like doing PvP. Sometimes it would be nice to get the items that you can get from it, but it's...
The dungeon, yeah. I'd like to get those, but unfortunately I can't contribute those. I tried, and it just worked out like it always has for me in PvP, so...
This is a cool looking dungeon, if nothing else.
Yeah, long, but not enough enemies, I guess.
Caves of Carandax? The ice caves?
Yeah, Little Fire says if they balanced it the way I'm describing...
No, the fire. Caverns of Carandax is supposed to be fire. Not ice.
Oh, is it fire? I thought it was ice.
Yeah.
I thought Caves of Carandax had the ice...
fighting a dragon.
Okay. Oh, gosh. No, I'm thinking something else then.
I think Frozen Heart, probably.
That could be a Frozen Heart, yeah. With the big troll in the middle who gets the ice around him. You have to kill the other guys.
Yeah, it's Frozen Heart, yeah.
Yeah.
As I was saying, Lilfire says if they balanced it my way, that the game would be too homogenized and there wouldn't be benefits to playing as each class. But no, I think you can. I mean, there's lots of online shooters and stuff where there's different classes, and those classes are still useful.
Right.
We're talking about many classes just being useless in PvP, and just many character builds. Your build that you spent 60 hours on is useless in PvP because you didn't build it for PvP. And yeah, that's just not good game balance. And yeah, I mean, like, say Doom. I don't think Doom has classes. I forget the new Doom, but yeah.
Battlefield, for example, you know, it has you have to choose a different class, and yet they all can function and perform well in the game.
They're all viable.
You know, absolutely. You can be an engineer, and you can still, you know, you're not just limited to being an engineer. You can still kill people.
But you only had a pistol.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know what? You're great.
We're tearing this dragon up.
Yeah. I'm saying that I'm not a huge Battlefield fan, to be honest with you. I definitely prefer Infinity Ward and their Call of Duty, but
then you'll be happy with that Modern Warfare remake you can get with the special edition of Infinite Warfare, huh? But
sounds good.
The bad thing about that is you can't buy the Modern Warfare remake on its own. You have to get the special edition of the new game.
Oh, is that it?
I guess they did that so they wouldn't.
I spent too many hours on Modern Warfare.
Nice.
I'm sure it will come out in future, sometime in future, just not now.
I never played.
Maybe down.
Yeah, I think probably in like a year or 6 months, however amount of time, they'll sell it separately. But they don't want to cannibalize the sales of the new game, and they just want to incentivize people getting the best version of that new game. So we'll see how that works for them. But yeah, it would be foolish of them never to sell it separately, because obviously some people would be happy to buy the remake separately. Come on, Kirax, come down here.
I'm waiting for Rockstar to finally make another good GTA.
Welcome, Weed Newports. Weed Newports is very committed to smoking things. He's got 2 different kinds of smoking things in his username. Goofball. Yeah, no, the giveaway is only for Xbox One. But you still might enjoy the stream if you play the PC game, because it's Neverwinter. We're talking about Neverwinter stuff. My cat's being noisy over there. Bad kitty.
Can't hear it here.
Good, good. We did it! Way to go, everyone.
Wow. So many things pop up my screen. I don't even know what I'm looking at now.
Okay, I think...
Is there anything below its dead body?
Hard to tell. There's still a few enemies we have to kill. Looking at this, I was second most valuable. Oh, Icky, you gotta pick up the slack. But yeah, Viva did about, I don't know, 10% more damage than me. Good job, Viv. Okay, isn't there supposed to be a...
Thanks.
Dang, I don't have a standard dungeon chest key. I stink.
It's okay. You're not gonna get much of it. You're gonna get seals that allow you to buy stuff underneath your rank.
I do not have it either.
Yeah, well, that's something... Because yeah, I don't do dungeons very often, so I forget when I've used my key and when I haven't. I think we have time for a fast skirmish.
You should.
Ooh,
as
I
only
won't go
15
into. I won't
minutes.
go into. I won't go into Death
But we
Forge.
need to go straight into it.
We may need to grab two more
we
guys.
got 2 more.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So which
Yeah.
skirmish?
Lander.
Ask somebody... Sorry,
Yes.
Ethan ran off. Ask somebody in the guild if they'll join us, would you? Let's see. Oh, I can check on my profession real fast. Oh, a lot of my stuff has completed.
Yeah, they've unlocked new things with the professions. For anyone who hasn't noticed that yet, with the new DLC as well, you can actually use your professions. You know, I have a lot that I had leveled up, didn't go back to anymore, but now it's a good idea to go back to them, because you can actually have them build equipment that you can contribute to your guild coffer. You know, and it's you know, it brings some of those older professions and ones you're working on now back into use. So it's kind of great, and it helps get the guild building up quicker.
Yes, I'm loving that.
Also, the campaigns have an option. They've removed some stuff, added some stuff where you can now get 1,000 points for Fey campaign, Dark campaign, Well of Dragons. 1,000 points, boom, into your coffers just by going into the campaign and clicking on it and activating it. So
That is handy.
that really helps get some of these buildings
Okay,
built
there's somebody who'll join us.
in your stronghold.
Wait, is he already in the group? Oh,
Yeah, I'll find one.
all right.
Okay, how do I add queues?
Well, go to the queue and invite character gamer tag. Can we all do it, or can only the leader do it?
You guys.
Okay, so start queue, join. Wow, this is so responsive.
50 seconds until timeout.
It's not like last time.
2 more people have to accept. Come on, guys. 1 more. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, so skirmishes are similar to dungeons, but they support 5 players.
You guys have to leave queue, both of you.
Oh, all of us?
Yeah,
Leave
because
queue
that's
group,
the
I see.
old queue.
Yeah. So we're still getting the hang of this new queue system, but it is definitely an improvement. Alright, cool.
Very different, though. You're
Yes.
very different.
Yeah. So we're just gonna do a Throne of the Dwarven Gods.
Okay.
Andarr, you need to accept the queue.
Mike, accept.
I mean, Mike, yeah.
I'm in a loading screen. I'm sorry. Here we go. I was traveling to Montal Dareth with you guys.
Okay, so start queue, join. Wow, this is so responsive.
50 seconds until timeout.
It's not like last time.
2 more people have to accept. Come on, guys. 1 more. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, so skirmishes are similar to dungeons, but they support 5 players, and we are doing a skirmish now. Ha! Took everything a little while to load up.
Yeah, skirmish is like an arena. Floating head. Yeah, sometimes mine load to the eye and lips only.
So I want to thank Perfect World Entertainment for donating such a generous allotment of prizes tonight. Got lots of boars to give away. And Brian has been...
Thank you.
Yes, thank
Brian,
you.
our moderator, has been excellent at giving out those prizes, because that's a lot of codes to deal with, and he has to individually send the winners all a message with the code and stuff, so he's great for doing that, and we really appreciate it. And you guys have all been really good co-hosts, so thank you for that. Got a few minutes left to go.
Welcome.
Don't forget, everybody, if you enjoyed the stream, then you can show your thanks by leaving comments on tonight's article and the other articles that we are promoting. You can see our other article links. For instance, if you enjoy role-playing games, I just reviewed a game called Stranger of Sword City for Xbox One and PlayStation Vita. And that is a review that we would love to get more positive comments on, so please give it a read if you can and leave a comment. You can also watch the YouTube replay of this stream. We'll add it to YouTube, and I don't know, it'll take like a couple hours. But if you get a chance, watching the replays also helps us, because we like to get hits on our YouTube videos. And of course, we would love for you all to come back next week and to join our Discord chat server community. The address for our Discord chat server is bit.do/WCDiscord. Very easy to remember. And you can chat. We have a dedicated Neverwinter room in the Discord chat server, and then we just have a general one where you can talk about whatever games you want and just, get to know everybody. So please take the time and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hello Alejandro, my good friend Alejandro showed up to the stream a little late, but here he is. Always good to see you. Why is this guy stuck in the ground?
Better than I never. Where?
You don't see him? The yellow guy over there?
Doing the prayer. Doing the prayer.
He's got no legs.
We're supposed to protect him. Yeah, the leg went in.
Yeah. Swizzler's just giving a code.
Okay, I'm standing on fire, I guess.
Great to see you, Mr. Griffith. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Griffith watches us all the way from England, so it's very late for him, and it's always good when he can make it. We hope to have him on mic again sometime. Okay, Swizzlers was offering to share the Discord URL. Congratulations to the winners. Beastmaster won a code, another member of our guild. Darker player, he's a regular viewer. Alex Skywalker. Alex Skywalker is in our guild, even if he barely plays.
So is every winner already had their own guild?
That is a good question. Don't forget, you guys, we would really... Another thing is we would really love for active players to join our Windows Central Guild. So if you're interested in that, definitely send Icky or me a message on Xbox Live and we'll get you in the guild. You just have to play regularly and you have to actually watch chat. Like, an important thing with being an active team player is communication. And so there are some Neverwinter players who simply ignore... This game has text chat. You can use a keyboard, you can use your controller, maybe even smart glass. But this game has text chat, and it's very important that people actually watch the text chat and respond when people say things there, because it's just a big part of communication in an MMO like this. So, yeah, we want people who are willing to actually talk to each other and help each other out when people ask for help. So, that's definitely something to keep in mind. And we've actually written a really good guide on how to use chat in Neverwinter. So if you're unclear about how chat works, or like how to PM people and different things like that, or how to report spammers, our chat guide covers all that stuff, and you can find the link to that in the article for tonight's stream. But also, I guess we should tell people about what our guild actually does. You know, we have our guild, we mostly just kind of play at our own times, you know, so mostly in the evening, American evening, I would say. But we also play at different times. But there is one time when we always get together and do guild things, and that is Saturday mornings, US time. Like at approximately, I don't know, 10 a.m. Eastern, sometimes a little earlier.
Sunday mornings.
You're right, Sunday mornings, my bad. I should know that, shouldn't I? Yeah, every Sunday morning we get together as a guild and we go to our stronghold, which is that area we showed at the beginning of the stream. We go there and we complete quests together. We do that for, 2 or 3 hours, sometimes longer. We're just doing it together as a team, and we're earning valuable stuff for our guild that helps us get other upgrades. So we all benefit from it. And we all, for that, we like to hop into an actual Xbox Live party and use voice chat. So if you join the guild, then we really want you to participate in those Sunday mornings. And we understand that sometimes you might have work or something, but we would like you to come to at least some of them, because that's a big part of our guild, is getting together and helping each other out. And someday we might add a second time for everybody to get together, like a different time of day on a different day. But for now, that's our regular time. So far so good on the skirmish. It's just a lot of fighting bad guys, but that's fine.
So at least they come to you rather than you going for them.
True. So it's quick. Good choice. Isn't there an achievement for doing this one 20 times or something?
25 times, I think.
Times. We'll get there.
Now, when the Thunhulk is pointing at you, you want to actually make his arrows point at this purple dome.
You want to run to the shield.
Yeah, because he will crash into it and destroy it. So if you see his arrows on you, make sure that your back is to the dome.
Yeah.
There you go. Here we go.
Good point.
He may run you down, but you know it won't hurt that much.
Yeah. We just need to break the shield now. Oh, there's so many things.
Yeah, there's a lot of enemies on screen at once. Frame rate's doing okay for now.
Yep, it's better now after the update. Yeah, I mean, even for me, all the way from Asia.
Yeah, you know,
Some.
I think that's one cool thing about our guild is we're fairly well multicultural. Like Icky plays from Malaysia, and we have English players, probably a few people from other countries as well. So that's a neat thing. And we have not as many females as I would like. I just don't think a lot of females play Neverwinter on Xbox One, period. But we do have a couple of female members. And we even have a man in his 70s, which is really neat. And surprisingly, he's one of our best guild members.
One of the most active as well.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
We all love that guy.
Punch is the man.
Okay, so 2 more hawks.
Congratulations to the contest winners. This guy needs to hurry up and break the shield. Everyone stand.
Yeah, 2 more. So we'll probably be done in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and as soon as we win this and get our rewards, we'll have to call the stream quits. But remember, you can keep in touch with us in the ways that we described throughout the stream. Especially Discord. We really want to keep that Discord chat room active every day, so please help us do that if you enjoy chat. Ooh, destroy the shield.
Yeah. But time for it.
By the way, we were talking about participating in chat and watching chat earlier. Right now, the stream chat is mostly covering up the actual chat window. It's in the lower left corner of the screen. But that's where you would see all that stuff. Now we're just counting on the boss.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple Thune Hulks behind us there. Watch your back.
Ignore it.
Hey, did I get the bonus? Crap.
No idea. we just got stuck over. So I think I grabbed something, but I'm not sure what it is.
Well, no, it looks like I might have fire under my feet. Hard to tell.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with playing games with guys too, you know. We're all guys here and we're having fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Brian's wife plans to start playing the game. That's excellent. Yeah, I heard she liked MMOs, so that really would be neat to have her as part of our guild as well.
Yeah, so would that make Brian forced to be playing as well? Same game?
I think if it's not Final Fantasy, he just doesn't want to play it, but sure, we'd be happy to have her. Woo! We got a gold rating too.
Right,
nice job, everybody.
You got a gold ring?
Gold rating. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Then
I'm seriously... What? I've been playing so long, I have not gotten one.
And yeah, we just earned a currency called Fairsies, and that is the currency used to progress in the Underdark campaign, which is the previous campaign they added. So now I can do my next little leg of progress on that. And then we can get out of here. There's not a chest, is there? Oh, Lesser Demonic Key. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there is.
I got a blue ring, a +1 ring.
Yeah, keep the salvage. Yeah. We will be having a double AD next week. Again.
Not a surprise the Great Weapon Fighter did the most damage.
Double AD next week. Wow, that's quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Zero says that Brian is playing Uncharted. Yeah, I meant MMO-wise. I don't think he wants to play anything with Final Fantasy 14. Oh. He doesn't like them much anymore. But I thought you liked Final Fantasy 14, Brian. But he is getting ready to play Uncharted 4. Somebody's got their speaker audio coming through the headset. Alright, so we have completed it. We've done good. If we got any items we wanted to donate to the guild, we would go ahead and do that. I'm going to transport over there real fast. And then we are going to wrap it up for the night. Yeah, Uncharted 4 comes out on Tuesday, doesn't it? That's pretty exciting. Thank you for joining us, Josh Smith. You tell him, Zero.
I've added him. JSmith, was it?
Yeah, well, this guy in the chat, good game, guys. I was curious if someone would pass me in DPS. So doesn't that mean he's Ammonon Collarbone or whatever?
Is he in our guild?
Yeah, I think he's the other guy in our
party.
party.
Sounds similar. JSmith. You know, there's this guy in our guild,
yeah.
JSmith. Yeah,
We
he's
completed
in.
the quest, get a little experience with that.
Hi, adventurer. another day.
And by the way, when you're in a guild, a big part of it is donating to the guild, right? You earn all these different items and you donate them to the guild. And you do that here in the back left corner of the stronghold. You have a mimic, that's the guild coffer.
Maybe you could help me with
You just go to it and donate whatever the guild needs at that time. So, do I have any surplus equipment? Wow, I can donate these belts of renewal I made even though they're only level 60? I thought they had to be level 61.
No, 70.
I thought they had
They're
to be
level 60
70.
and it's letting me donate them. That's crazy.
Yep.
Wow. Excellent.
Maybe they've changed.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, they should,
the
because
update.
you can have lower level people in the guild, so it should be an option where whatever your level is, if you're in a guild, you should be able to donate level, appropriate items to the coffer.
That would be nice, rather than making them only become valuable at 60, which is kind of how I was before.
Right? If that's going to be the case, then they should just only allow you to join a guild when you're at a certain level,
Yeah,
you know?
I'm going to change my mount real quick, and then we're going to call it a night. Let's see, I've been playing as the boar. I'm going to change to my spider. He's my favorite mount. I got him as part of a pack, which costs money, but he has been really great, so I've considered it well worth the money. There he is. He's just awesome looking, too. His wife is Final. Oh, that's interesting. Fire Reader says that. Hold on. I mean, is that Dirtbag Man commenting as someone else? That's confusing. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Thanks, everybody, for watching the stream tonight. It was a lot of fun. It's always great playing Neverwinter with my friends, our fellow guildmates. We hope that some of you guys will join our guild. Everybody who won a prize, I hope you will ride your boar and have lots of fun with it and enjoy Neverwinter. Thank you again, everybody on mic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fun.
Excellent.
Hope everyone
Brutal,
enjoyed
you need to make up your mind about
the
which
stream.
Twitch account you're on, dude. I was just learning that you're Springer. Excellent. Alright guys, don't forget to leave a positive comment on the article. Don't forget to join our Discord server at bit.do/WCDiscord. Follow us on Twitter and Twitch. And whatever you do, don't hate, appreciate.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Alright, now I will kill the stream.